Hi, everybody. This is Nancy Myrland. I am so glad you're here. Hey, help me with a little experiment today. Let's call this, Experiment Friday, or depending on what day you're listening to it. If you have logged into or listened to my Alexa Flash Briefing or my podcast recently, you know that I play music at the beginning and at the end. That's my bumper music. And I think it adds some personality to it. I enjoy when I hear that from people, but I also know that there are some people who are producing them without any. They just get right into the introduction of the show and then the content. And I suspect they are doing that because they can produce them much quicker because the editing time is that much less. They don't have to add the music on a separate channel, and they don't have to edit it correctly and make sure the sounds are complementary, the levels are complementary. So I get it. So I wanted to ask your opinion today. I have not played any music, as you are well aware, and I'm curious whether you think it really matters on these flash briefings. I mean, the idea of a flash briefing is that they are, daily or more than I am producing them, which tends to be about once a week, mostly because mine run, between 4 and 8 minutes, which is a little bit longer than the average flash briefing. A lot of people say, no, you don't do them any more than, 1 to 3 minutes. And I guess I just have a little more to say when I'm in a teaching mode. And so I have, bucked the trend. I do know there are others that have a little bit longer ones like that too. And I do know that these are the early days. It's kind of like the wild west of voice first marketing with these flash briefings. And I also repurposed it as a podcast because it is that length and it's okay as a short podcast, and because I know that my audiences aren't necessarily all camped out on Alexa flash briefings on Amazon yet. They are discovering it, and I'm hearing from more and more people all the time that they have found it on their Alexa enabled device or mobile app, which excites me because it's a great medium. But I also knew that I had to repurpose it. So in addition to what I was already doing, which was turning it into waveform videos, which are also called audiograms, and I have been doing that from the start and playing those on my Facebook page and on LinkedIn, and a little snippet on Twitter and a little bit on Instagram, a little bit of everywhere. And then I've also recently just tested the waters by creating an entire blog post that is really the transcription of my Alexa flash briefing and podcast recording, and added the audio player to the top of that so that you have the choice. And with my last one, I did that. So it's, just on my blog at myrlandmarketing.com, which is MYRLANDmarketing.com. Another option I'd love to have your response to is that, again, I mentioned that I am repurposing these as podcast episodes now so that there is even a wider audience for these recordings. And those really lend themselves to, less frequency versus an Alexa flash briefing, which is more frequent. So I guess one idea would be that once a week, I produce one of these with the musical intro and outro, and maybe it's a little bit longer, my 5 to 8 minutes, or maybe it grows even a little bit longer than that, but that I then produce Alexa flash briefings without the intro and outro music, just quicker bits of information and instruction and guidance, so that I can then produce those on almost a daily basis. We'll see, or at least a couple times a week. So that's another idea I'd like for you to give me feedback on too. All right. So I have choices. There are so many different ways we can do this. And you know what? Right now, and actually not even right now, forever, there is no one right way and there is no one wrong way. So, I think we can just experiment. But what I need from you is to let me know if you think this is just a little bit too dry without any music as a lead-in or as an outro, an intro and outro. And just in case, I've been talking on here, if we haven't met, I am Nancy Myrland, and I'm a marketing business development, content, social, and digital media speaker, trainer, and advisor for lawyers and legal marketers. And I'm thoroughly enjoying producing voice and audio content for you and look forward to hearing from you what topics you might like to hear about as well. I suspect I know a few of the topics, but it's always so much nicer to hear from all of you so that I can really address what might be on your mind. All right, you know what? I'm going to ask that you let me know if you would much rather hear the musical portion added to the front and the back of these recordings. And you can do that in a couple ways. My email is nancy@myrlandmarketing.com, MYRLAND marketing.com. You can also let me know on LinkedIn. Feel free to message me. You can also let me know on Facebook if we're connected, or send me a message on Messenger. Tweet me. I'm at Nancy Myrland, again, MYRLAND. Or if you're in my Facebook group, and if you're not, I want you to come join. Just go to Facebook and search for Social Media for Lawyers and Legal Marketers with Nancy Myrland. Again, on Facebook, it's called Social Media for Lawyers and Legal Marketers with Nancy Myrland. And when you do, please, and I approve people pretty quickly if they are connected to the legal profession. If you do, let me know either in the questions that Facebook lets me ask you upon entry, or I would love it if you would come into the group and actually post that as your first comment and just say, you know what, I have an opinion. Yep, I think you need to add the music again, little too dry. Or you know what, I really don't care. I think these flash briefings can just be down and dirty and no music. All right, everybody, thanks so much for spending a few legal marketing minutes with me. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate you helping me out with my experiment. All right, take care. Until next time, I'm Nancy Myrland. Bye-bye.